Hey, what's going on, guys? We have another video for Fresh and Fit. Ladies got the harsh truth for complaining about double standards. Let's check it out.
It should be a double standard. You want to know why? Because a man's life is way harder than a
Because it's
woman's.
the same thing again, like you said, though. Don't no one want no who been right?
True, at least for the guys that you want, anyways.
Yes, but it's a double
Exactly, you
standard.
said it
Here's the
right.
thing: the double standard exists because a man's life is way harder than a woman's life.
Yep.
Way harder.
Yeah, it is.
In what way?
On what though?
I
Yeah.
guess you'll say on the woman.
I want to see why you say that though.
Because some women come to the realization, you know, that they just gotta boss their life up
Okay.
and do what they
How
gotta
about
do.
this?
Okay, so you didn't give us anything.
To make this simpler,
Like, yeah, no shit. Like, we all gotta work. We all gotta, build up credit, get out here, face the world. You're gonna have to talk to people that are just having a bad day, and that could be socially draining and having to deal with people. And like, come on, man.
because I could go into
like actually give us something that, like, you girls specifically.
a whole tirade about this.
I want to hear it.
Why is a woman's life harder then? Tell
I
me
never
that.
said a woman's life was harder. I'm asking you, why do you think a man's life is harder?
Do you agree or not agree?
Doesn't matter if I agree or not. I'm just asking. I want to hear you.
Okay. Who disagrees with me that a man's life is way harder than a woman's? Who disagrees? Okay, cool. The college
I
girls.
agree in the term.
I just want disagreements. Who disagrees?
Okay, so it depends. Like, so can you give us something? Like, you just said you just had to boss up. Like, what the fuck does that mean? Like,
That a man's life
Can't
life
agree
is
all
way
the
harder.
way.
Okay.
like we all gotta fucking work.
Why do you disagree with me? Because I kind of want to see where you guys stand so I can address your point. Why do you think a man's life is not harder, or a woman's life is harder?
Great, nothing. All right,
Somebody got one of your
next.
friends?
Sure.
Go ahead. Bail her out.
Come on, Pence.
I got
I'd
you.
save her.
Save your school, bro.
Come on, man.
Like, of course, like women have
Okay, go
some
ahead.
privileges. Like, of course,
Some.
if we're pretty, like we can like do whatever, and men don't have that privilege.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like the cons to being a woman are so much stronger.
Give them to me.
Like literally anything related
you
to
just said.
misogyny. Like,
What the fuck, man? Oh my god, bro. These women are just fucking hopeless, bro. Guys, get your fucking shit up so you can tell women like this to fuck off because they're fucking retarded.
So I tell you guys, you got to get money, bro. So I tell y'all, you got to get money. You can't be a brokey, bro. You cannot. In this new world that we're in, this new sexual marketplace where women are incentivized and encouraged to be hypergamous, you have to have your shit together, chat. You have to. You have to, man. And I don't tell you guys to make this money to get girls. I tell you guys to make this money to tell girls to off. I'm going to say this right now. I'm going to say this again. And I really want you guys to internalize this shit, okay? Women don't understand and don't respect male self-improvement. I'm going to say that again. Women do not understand or respect male self-improvement. And I don't want you guys to get mad at them for this, okay? They're incapable of understanding this concept. I'll tell you why. Everything that makes a woman valuable, she's born with. Everything that makes a man valuable is earned. I'm going to say that again. Everything a woman is born with makes her valuable. Everything you have that's valuable must be earned through trial, tribulation, consistency, and most importantly, time. You got to put time in to create value. Women are born with value, okay? That's just how it is. Women are born, men are made. Once you understand this concept that men must create their value while women are born with value, now we can go ahead and address the issue. My friends, this is the female experience. They have no grasp or concept on the difficulty of being a man because they live life on easy mode. Do you get that? Now, everybody else is too much of a to admit this because we live in a gynocentric social order where the female way of thinking is the right way of thinking, but women live life on easy mode.
Mother of NYC heiress paid deprogrammer big bucks after daughter brainwashed by college's woke agenda. And it says pharmaceutical heiress Annabelle Rockwell, dude, they got money, that her mother paid $300 a day for a deprogram after believing her daughter had been brainwashed by attending an all-female elite liberal college that left the young woman totally indoctrinated and estranged from the parents who raised her. She goes on to say, I left school very anxious, very nervous, very depressed, and sad. Rockwell, now 29, recently told New York Post, I saw everything through the lens of, and listen, oppression and bias and victimhood. Came to the school as someone who saw everyone equally. I left looking for injustice wherever I could and automatically assuming that all white men were sexist. My thoughts were no longer my own. This is what they call indoctrination.
Okay.
They don't deserve anything that you guys fucking built up. Like these girls got to come to a realization that this type of thinking is fucking retarded, and they need to change their fucking ways.
Well, give me
Like
one example.
violence? Oh my gosh, walking down the street at night? Are you kidding me?
Men are
Yeah, and men have to be the ones to deal with that shit most of the time, overwhelmingly.
60% more likely to become victims of violence than women.
By other men.
Yes.
Yeah,
Men make the world a scary place.
Yes,
Yeah.
but
yeah, but we also make it a safe place too. Look at the infrastructure that's around you. You're living in a first world country. Like you got all these amenities and convenience. Like, come on now.
we are the
So
vic-
what
we-
women are committing this violence? None.
Yeah, because they can't. Because they can't.
That's fine, but the point is that men are overwhelmingly the victims of violence. So it's not a point.
Yeah, and you women do things differently. Like you girls have to manipulate and try to get your way doing it that way. But like, yeah. And also too, it's not like half of the population is fucking bad. It's a small percentage of people that disrupts the large percentage. You know, of course, the human brain focuses more on the negativity than the positivity.
All of a sudden.
Yeah, men are overwhelmingly the victim. Yeah.
Wow.
Men are assaulted far more like you're far more
And
likely as a
whose
man to be
fault
assaulted
is
than
that?
Okay, but
That's
you
not
said
sci- that's-
Bro, it's not whose fault is it. It's just the way of life. People have different backgrounds. People go through different shit. I mean, it is what it is, but most people are good people. But when bad people do bad things, it disrupts the flow of what good people have going on.
See to 40, that's only 10% different.
So like you take a look at that chaos, it's just chaos all around, and then like you just really focus on the bad things, and like, come on now.
And most
That's
of the
not
time
really
you said
proof.
it's men on men.
Ladies,
Can't really say that.
don't forget the
One
argument
at a
is
time,
a
right?
man's life is harder than a woman's. Please explain to me how a woman's life is harder. She gave up the concept of violence, and I said that's not true because men actually are more likely to be assaulted. So give me another
Ain't no
example.
way.
And also too, you got to think of all the type of shit that these girls are doing nowadays that are putting themselves in these positions with these men, like going to clubs and all that shit when they're drunk and all that. And you know, of course, you have to do your own due diligence to make sure. Of course, there's gonna be the at the wrong place at the wrong time, but you still have to have common sense and know how to move out here in this world.
Women
Yeah,
aren't
I
taken
know.
seriously.
Hold on.
And we know how common sense is nowadays. Common sense is not common, and especially with women.
In
What
a
was
way.
that other one?
Women aren't taken seriously.
Fair.
I'm in mechanical engineering. None
Okay.
of the guys take me seriously.
The whole thing is girls are usually quite lazy. They're just not that good programmers. Sorry, but that's true, honestly. They just don't want to get their hands dirty to do the job. And when I tried to do some recruiting, I intentionally wanted to recruit women. And at the end, I failed to do so. Do you want to know why? Because most of those girls were usually just cheating, and they were just not good programmers. At the end, I had to recruit boys. And that's why I think the whole talk about let's recruit more women is bad, because at the end, you're recruiting worse programmers. At the end, your company is going to suffer. You're gonna lose some money. I know it's trendy to talk about women in IT, but I think women should just start studying more and getting the job done. And I honestly don't see girls staying up until late at their office and working that often. No, it's usually the boys staying there.
Men are just better off avoiding women in the workplace in today's society. If you can't, then limit any interaction with them. Better to be called sexist than rapist. Interaction limited to only professional discussion about work and nothing else is a surefire way of avoiding that you say something that can be taken out of context and land you jobless. Any meetings where there is one man and a woman should be recorded with both audio and visual. If that's not possible, then a third person should be present. Never be alone with a woman in the office. If you find that you are, then you make the effort and move somewhere else if you can.
I don't know if you guys have heard of the longhouse metaphor, but it's basically about how in a lot of workplaces and different areas, we are, because so many women are involved, there is an over-feminization. It's like an overcorrection, and everything becomes like quite tyrannical and politically correct. You got to be careful what you say, and this is what we're seeing in a lot of workplaces. The more women come in, the more tyrannical and actually the more strict and constricted things become, the more you have to walk on eggshells, the more speech gets restricted.
Fair.
Well, double standards, then you got to work harder to make them see that value of you. Like, you have other areas in your life where it can be really easy, but hey, that's one of the things where, men just don't take you seriously in the business world. Tough shit. Looks like you're going to have to work harder and sell yourself better.
What do you have? What do you have? Why a woman's life is harder?
And real quick, I know I keep on pausing. And just like with an average guy, he has to work harder to sell himself better compared to all the other guys, since being average ain't good enough anymore for these chicks. So we have to sell ourselves better.
I'm gonna pass.
Fair. What about you? Why is women's life harder?
We deal with so much, like.
Mike.
Let me make your argument for you. The glass ceiling?
What about it? Yeah. What?
The glass ceiling that feminists typically argue. There's a ceiling, but you can't really get there because misogyny, or what she was saying, bias.
I mean, I guess, yeah.
Okay. Anything else? Why?
Oh my fucking God, bro. These chicks are cooked.
Woman's life is harder?
Why is a man's life harder?
Well, no, I want to know why they're saying a woman's life is harder.
We just gave you valid.
No, you didn't. You didn't fucking give us jack shit. You gave us a broad term and called us a misogynist. And then you said that men are fucking violent and like, yeah, no shit, because fucking testosterone and we're able to fucking fight for our rights. And like, yeah, but again, men are still taking the brunt of that.
I only gave one. She didn't give one. I had to give it for her. You gave the one about you're not taking seriously mechanical engineering, right?
Yeah, and we debunked that.
That's the one you gave? Okay.
Yeah.
Why is a woman's life harder then? Anyone else want to add into this?
No, that's what I said. Why, like, for men? Like,
I'm gonna.
Oh my fucking God! Did you not hear what he said earlier? He needs you girls to give answers so we can like combat against your points instead of just naming things off.
I kind of want to see where you guys stand so I can address your point. I talk about that.
Like because we have to gauge your understanding of like what, and your girls are proving to us that like you just follow this mindset because it's told to you on social media, feminist, this like you girls have just been indoctrinated, and you surround yourselves with bad boys that don't give a fuck about you like that. So then you tend to say that, oh, all men are like this, all men are pieces of shit. And
I want to know what your arguments are so I can address them. Why is women's life harder?
Maybe double standards.
Okay, so you don't agree. Okay.
Maybe the double standards.
Double standard in what way?
I guess it comes with, I don't know, working, business. I feel like most you think guys are more susceptible to be taken serious than a woman.
Yeah, I wonder why. Because when we girls ask you what makes a man's life not harder than a woman's, you girls can't give us fucking anything. Well, I'm mainly talking about these two that raise our hands, but and all the other shit that we talk about on this podcast, all the other girls that, like, come on, the mindset is just not there. You girls are retarded.
In what realm?
Business, as in, I don't know, companies, CEOs.
I wonder
now
why.
women are definitely progressing, but
yeah, but you girls still fucking overreact, emotional, going based off of feelings.
To, like, let's say a woman and a man of the same stature, who do you think will get chosen?
Okay, I'll address that here in a second because she's a mechanical engineer, so that's a male-dominated field. We'll talk about that. Anybody else think a woman's life is harder?
I was saying I think a woman's life is as hard as she makes it. Like, you have kids, you choose,
no, don't say start fucking breaking it down. Well, I mean, I know I say that a lot, but
she was saying she left her husband, you restarting over at an older age. Like, you can make your life hard, but I feel like
and women have less room for error. I mean, hey, I understand.
A guy's life is hard out the gate. Like, guys, life hard is out the gate. They gotta worry about being providers. They know if they don't get no money, they don't get no coochie. So
and opportunities and being able to get in certain spaces, not being able to buy certain things, not being able to get the things that you need because it's too expensive, and you got to worry about other things that are less expensive but you still got to pay for. Yep.
Oh, it's like they know they gotta have a car to go pick up the coochie.
Okay.
So,
okay, it's more than just a coochie. Like, it's about moving around in this world with the least resistance possible.
They gotta have a house.
So you agree with me? Is there anyone else that agrees, or is there anyone
women
else
just
that
gotta have a coochie?
Is there anyone else that thinks a woman's life?
Okay, bro. Like, just so focused on the pussy, and like I get it. We have to have all these things in order to get women, and you know, if we have all these things, that means that we've worked hard, and you know, we've been through a lot of shit as far as the working world, and yeah, okay, but why is she so focused on the coochie? All right, anyways,
Life is harder than a man's.
this whole like fucking ghetto mentality with these black chicks is ugh.
Besides these three.
Anybody else?
Actually, 4, because you gave also the glass ceiling argument. Anybody else? A woman's life is harder? Okay, let me address this first, because you said mechanical engineering, right? You're not taken seriously in your profession? Or, sorry, your major? So, statistically speaking, if you apply for a mechanical engineering job, you understand that you're going to get the job over a man that might be more qualified than you, right? Because of affirmative action? So, you actually have an advantage despite the fact that you feel like you're not being taken seriously, but you still get certain opportunities. So I would argue you actually have a better chance of getting a job in this job field that you feel you're being ostracized from.
Yeah, and they could have lowered the requirements as far as like what you need to do up front before you get the job. Like, you know, maybe testing to see your skills, and you know, like the first 90 days, and you know, just see how you do. I mean, a lot of men are just gonna give you a pass just because, one, they want to have eye candy, but 2, affirmative action.
Because the reality is, when you show up as a Caucasian Asian woman to a mechanical engineering job, you tick off a bunch of boxes for diversity, and they are more than, I know they did away with DEI, but regardless, you're going to get that job over a more qualified male.
Yeah, and the people that are hiring, like, they could still have that DEI minds. Like, I don't know how the hiring process is, if it gets audited and it's like, hey, this guy, I don't know. I mean, still, they get to choose who they get to hire, so.
Okay, well, let me bring up another point. What if a woman's not born attractive?
Oh, yeah, tough shit. But, okay, let's be honest, man. Let's be honest. There's very few people in this world that have actually been dealt a bad hand, and they're, like, there's nothing they can do that's going to make them, like, even remotely cute. But that's a small percentage of people, and that is karma. But anyways, they can still get a guy. They can still get a guy that's, you know, on the same level as him. Or same level as her, but yeah, tough shit. Well, I mean, you girls got makeup. I mean, you girls got other areas where you can make up for that if you was born unattractive. Just like with guys, if we're unattractive, we can still make up for that in other areas like money, status, charisma.
And you said women are only valued because they're attractive. What then?
Okay.
They just pay money to get plastic surgery. What?
Well, here's the thing.
Yes.
Even average women have.
Ew, my dumbass.
You do understand that, like, even average-looking women have more dating market pull than a celebrity male?
Yeah, see, and I gotta remember too, that these women think of the extremes just so they can win in the argument.
What do you mean?
Okay, I'll explain what I mean by this. An average woman, right, has more dating options than a male that's a celebrity.
Why?
Because the reality is that a minority of men have access to a majority of the women. So what ends up happening is average men struggle and fight for scraps in the dating game.
So you were showing the hypergamy chart earlier. I don't know if you can go back to that real quick. This is something I absolutely love. Just so we're clear, here we are we're going to hold men's feet to the fire. That hypergamy chart over there on the right there, that is something that is baked in evolution. 200,000 years of Homo sapien evolution has created that chart. You aren't going to change that. Significant changes in the phenotype are going to take something like 40,000 generations. Women will continue to look for better mates for as long as we're alive, and probably for the next several hundred to 1,000 years. Maybe if we have a group of humans that bifurcate and move over to Mars, and they have a different sexual structure or arranged marriages, maybe we get rid of hypergamy in that society. But for our society, hypergamy is something that's very, very pervasive, and anything that is pervasive amongst Homo sapiens must exist somewhere in evolution. And so that's the thing. So we don't blame women because they want better men. But we also need to understand that their exposure to limitless images of men that look better and are richer than their current partner have caused them to look at the average man and push him down to the left. It is a combination of she does not need him financially. She does not need him for provisioning or providing or protection. In addition, she's constantly looking at images of roided up dudes with tattoo sleeves named Carlo that send her DMs. And
it's worse than that, man. There's an invisible class of men. Seriously, there is a class of men in women's eyes in Western society today called the invisibles. They don't notice these guys exist. They're the guys that ring you up at the grocery store. They put your groceries in the bags. They hold the door open for you, the doorman. You know, that's like all these guys doing the lonely jobs. They're construction workers. They're the normal dudes that she walks by. They don't exist. They're not sexual prospects in her eyes. So they're less than. Women see men I'm attracted to and males that exist. That's the distinction. Men, when she says the guys treat me like shit, when she says men ain't shit, when she says all guys are assholes or men do this and complain about that, when they make generalizations, it's only for that select man that she has access to every day and is a sexual prospect. The rest are the invisible. They're males. They're just human beings that exist here in this invisible spectrum that makes society go, carries my bags when they're heavy, helps me lift stuff up the stairs, offers help, yada, yada, yada. Males. This little box up here are the only men that exist in her eyes.
Because your girls are chasing for the top percentage of guys.
So in other words, if each of you became single, you'd be able to replace your boyfriend like that. But you would not necessarily be able to replace you like that.
Yep. Yeah, because you can't. Yeah, you get dumped by a millionaire. What, you're just going to go pick up a millionaire the next day just like that? No, you're not.
Makes sense? That doesn't make sense.
Oh my God. Holy shit, dude. These girls are so fucking retarded. Doesn't make any sense. What the fuck do you mean it doesn't make any sense?
For every dating option he has, you have like 20. So I get what you're saying. You're saying, oh, well, you know, looks are the only thing that matters. Here's the beauty with women and why you guys live an easier life. And I'll bring my monologue here. It's very simple. You guys can choose to be a stay-at-home wife, or you could choose to be a career woman. But a man doesn't get that luxury. We have to be the provider. And if we don't, we deal with consequences for it.
Yeah, like you girls are not going to get with the guy that's average. You know, like for her job, she's not going to get with the guy that's average and pay the bills. And like, no. It's either going to be 50-50 or she's not dealing with that nigga at all.
But women can pick and choose if they want to go into the career field. Then you guys can choose, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. I want to be a mom. And then you can find a man to take care of you. We don't get that luxury, right? So in 2025, a woman can literally choose either path. So this is why a man's life is much harder and why we're able to do certain things that you guys don't. And that's why that double standard exists. Because a man must earn his value versus a woman is given her value. Very simple.
Ta-da.
Yeah, like a guy, like even an average guy, like if he was working at McDonald's, he would take you. Even if he was jobless living with your parents, like the guy would still take you seriously. And if you don't engage in these degenerate activities, carry yourself a certain way, not being all masculine, no tattoos or anything like that, you can get a high value guy pretty damn easily. Well, I mean, yeah, you are competing, but then again, like girls have competition, but at the same time they don't because they're fucking it up so bad for themselves. The game is so easy and they still fuck it up.
Looking woman. What then? You'll still have access to average men. Very simple.
Ta-da.
What if you're a below average looking woman?
What if you're a below average looking woman?
You'll still have access to average men. So
that's not true. How come every single...
No. What? Who the fuck are you telling us that's not true? What the fuck? You're a fucking, like, I'm sorry to say it like that, but you're a fucking woman. Women do not have the burden to understand men and to understand this whole relationship thing as a fucking whole like we have to. Really? Otherwise, we're going to suffer the fucking consequences for it. What the hell?
Girl is hotter than her boyfriend.
Because that man, okay.
Dude, then she's going to look for somebody else then. Because if she feels that way, that means that she's going to feel better than him and she's going to look for somebody else.
Sure. What ends up happening a lot of times is that man probably has some kind of status. He has money. He has something that makes up for it. So
yes, yeah, that is true. Yep.
You know, women always make the joke, you can't be ugly and broke.
Exhibit A.
Right, yeah. You can't be ugly and broke. Like, if the beauty with men, right, is that we can make up our sexual market value in multiple ways. We can make money, we can gain status, we can become charming, we can be funny. This is why guys end up learning multiple languages and become more interesting, etc. Women don't have to be interesting. I don't want to be an asshole, but most, right, are fairly stupid and not interesting and don't have any cool experiences to tell.
Yeah, because you girls get validated, get all this like feel good dopamine receptors that you girls just stay targeted and like you don't understand the concept of hard work. And even when you start doing hard work, you give up easily because you didn't build up the proper like fortitude in your mind and, you know, delaying gratification.
You guys don't have to be. Just be pretty and men will talk to you. That's just how it goes. So even women that are below average looking are still able to pull men that are significantly more attractive than them. Someone actually did a Tinder experiment on this where they took a girl that was obese, ugly, looked like crap. She still had thousands of matches in a major city.
Yep.
Versus he took a guy that was extremely attractive. He didn't get 10% of her matches.
See, and even if all those guys were just doing it because they're pigs and just want to hit, and, you know, because it's an easy layup, she still has options more than a guy. At least she's getting a chance to, you know, swoon those guys and, you know, do what she can to actually lock one down. At least she's getting the chance. Men don't even get the chance.
I don't think women understand how thirsty men are and how many guys
Doesn't
struggle.
that just prove that men?
See, they're gonna focus on that thirsty part and start shaming us instead of actually fucking understanding biology and how these girls are advertising themselves. You dumbasses. I wonder why men are treating you like thirsty or treating you like fucking meat bags and men are being thirsty when you fucking advertise yourself like this.
Men are sluts because they're so thirsty.
See, women are so fucking lizard brain. Well, bird brain, I guess. But they're so fucking lizard brain, they're just going to focus on that point instead of, like, the logical whole sense of what he just explained. Like, I wonder why men don't take you seriously in the job field.
That's why women have so many options.
They have their own viewpoint. They're not gonna.
Yeah, like women.
If women have so many options, doesn't that make men the sluts that just want every woman?
If like the girl always wins, even if she's ugly, because she has, and that's all guys really care about.
Yeah, like. See, here's the thing.
Bro, it's fucking biology. You girls care about somebody that has money status because you're not dating the average guy. So yeah, double standards, tough shit.
The reason why it's a derogatory term to call a woman is because as you have more sexual partners, you lose value to men. That's why when you guys hate each other, you don't sit there and be like, you go girl, keep fucking people. You call her. Yeah. That's what women do when they don't like each other. They call each other
sluts.
Use the worst pejorative term they can use. But with men, what do we say? We don't call her, bro, you're a whore. No, you say you a broke ass, you're a bum.
Yep.
Because that is what insults them. A man's status defines him.
Yes, exactly. That's the equivalent, the male to female equivalent to each other. Like we're not the same.
Defines her.
Like see, and these girls be talking about dudes being thirsty. You girls chase a small percentage of men that are fucking around, that is actually able to be whores. You know, in your words, whores, male whores. Like, what are we talking about? So what does that say about you girls? So you girls are chasing men that actually fuck around and have sex. Would that still be considered thirsting after women? I mean, even though, like, you know, the women come to him and he's kind of nonchalant about it, so like he's not really thirsting, but he's actively having sex with all these girls, getting attention with all these girls, flirting with all these girls. And you're chasing these guys because they also have money, status, other women pining for them. So what the fuck does that say about you, girl? So you better not be saying no bullshit like, oh, men are shallow and like dude, like it's okay, girls, that you have that want in a guy. Just be fucking honest. Just don't shame us for our fucking biology. Like it's so fucking dumb. Like
Now,
again, like I said, I wonder why men don't take you girls fucking seriously.
If women want to admit this or not, that's the truth. Because your ability to find a mate is 100% contingent upon your sexual past as a female.
Yes.
As a man, your ability to find a mate is 100% contingent, not 100%, but mostly contingent upon your status. A man that has sex with a lot of women is doing something right. A woman that has sex with a lot of men is doing something very wrong.
Yes. But these girls ain't going to give a fuck. Because at the end of the day, after they get off this podcast, they're going to have a bunch more DMs because, you know, you still got a bunch of simps that just be hopping up here on Fresh and Fit and, you know, just looking at what new eye candy they can get into. And in reality, out in real life, like there's going to be guys that's going to go up and talk to them, flirt with them, wanting to take them out. So, like, you know, they're not going to give a fuck. All this shit is one ear and out the other as soon as they leave this podcast.
You keep arguing about how men feel, but you don't know how women feel.
We understand women. We're forced to understand women. What the fuck? And let's not talk about how you feel, because you girls are just all over the place and just be making a mountain out of a molehill.
Men also gauge whether a man is a whore.
Okay.
They don't care.
Yet you sleep with those guys. Yet you girls are giving yourselves to those type of guys. Holy fucking shit.
Same
They don't
way
care
that
how
men
we
do.
feel.
Okay, let's go ahead and have fun with this one then. Let's go into a dream
All right,
scenario.
come on, Myron. Let's get it. Let's get it. Come on. Fucking shit on these chicks.
Let's say you meet a man, and I want all of you guys to listen to this. You meet a man. He's 6'3", attractive, nice smile, good-looking guy. He is your type, right? Matt, checks all the boxes. You guys been together for 5 years, right? And you guys met in the Virgin Islands, right?
Oh shit!
So it's been 5 years. It's your 5
Yeah, virgin. Yeah, right.
anniversary, right? It's your 5-year anniversary. He takes you to the Virgin Islands where you guys met, and he proposes to you.
Same kids,
right? He's your dream guy, right? I'm assuming you guys are all gonna say yes. 5 years together, you guys have been talking about building a life. He takes you where you guys met. Now you guys are gonna get married. Now, you guys take another trip somewhere else, okay? And you go through his phone, and you find out that he did a porn scene with 10 girls. Way before he met you, though. He fucked 10 girls in a... You didn't know about this. Maybe he didn't mention it, didn't come up in conversation, etc. But you find out about this 10 years ago, right? Before you guys even met. Are you going to break off the wedding?
No.
No.
Damn, that was fast.
Are any of you breaking off the wedding? Nobody, right? Okay. Are you breaking off the wedding?
Yeah, since we're misogynist.
Okay.
Now let's switch it around for the guys.
All right.
Yeah, fuck no. Get the hell out of here. See, because the thing is, a woman could just destroy your life so much easily. So if she's engaged in those acts, that means that she's not right in the head. That means that she's going to end up pulling bullshit where that's going to make your resources compromised. You know, she may divorce you. She's going to sleep around with another guy. She could get pregnant by another guy. Like, see, like I said, well, I don't even know if I said this earlier. Women have less room for error. They can't fuck around like men can. Women have less room for error. So we have to be even more no nonsense to cut somebody off. You know, of course, if you're married, then you have kids, and then you find this out, like, yeah, it's going to be pretty hard to get out of that situation. So that's why you got to do your due diligence, do your homework on the person that you're getting with before you really get serious.
Hey, bye. Are you guys still getting married, or are you find this?
Wouldn't want to be
Fuck no. Yeah.
Hell no.
Okay, so was that Bills? Because in one of the past episodes, somebody super chatted. I'll go ahead and shout out to Fresh, Mo, Chris, and they mentioned, oh yeah, Bills. Okay, yeah, there we go. All right, yeah, so that's it.
Hell no.
Exactly.
I rarely see them, but then again, I only watch Fresh and Fit through clips.
Exactly.
She ain't married.
Know my soul. I'm a close.
Yeah, so he fucked a bunch of bunch of dudes. You guys are all not marrying, right?
No.
Chat niggas,
Yeah, hell no.
Exactly. Double standard again. Exactly.
Yeah, double standards. Yeah, tough shit. Welcome to the real world.
So, and I think we got a bunch of guys in the chat. If you guys would call the wedding off, give me a 1 in the chat. If you guys will call the wedding off, let's see what we got.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Put the chat. Yeah, we got locals and Rumble in there now. Yeah, 1's in the chat. If you guys will call that shit off. Let's see. We got almost 20,000 guys in here.
Yeah,
What you guys do?
fuck
Man,
that.
there we go.
Dude, look at that chat. Chat's moving,
The
boy.
men would call it off, but the women would keep
relax.
You guys want to know why you guys wouldn't call it
For the
off?
quickness too.
I didn't answer.
No, it's 'cause
Damaged
her.
goods. Damaged
See
goods.
how the body count doesn't matter even to you?
But I feel like in
No,
my
no, you said
You feel like, yeah, exactly.
like, but go ahead.
okay, in my boyfriend's case, he also wouldn't break up with me.
Yeah, okay, and then if that's the case, then he's probably a you know.
Okay. That's what you think.
Damn.
Yeah, that's what she thinks. Yeah.
He would absolutely break up with you.
How y'all?
No, but that could be true, which means that he might be just too much of a pushover, too much of a nice guy. I mean, I don't know. Then see, because she's in that job field, I want to know what the hell her boyfriend does. What kind of even though she's making more money, what kind of other benefits is she getting from being with this boyfriend?
But let me ask y'all.
But again, that's what she thinks. So, you know, and we know a lot of the times women on what they think just doesn't line up with reality. So
Hey, how y'all know a girl got a lot of bodies?
There's a couple ways to tell. But do you see how you said
oh, well, men care about, or women care about bodies, but I just showed you guys an example where you guys don't care about bodies.
We really
I didn't
don't, to be
answer.
honest. We really don't.
Yeah, you really don't, because again, you're already fucking around with the top percentage of guys, and the guy has something that you want, that him having sex is like minuscule because he has money and status. The main thing is that money takes care of your security. So when you have security, that means you're not suffering out in the real world. You're not homeless. You're not sleeping on the fucking sidewalk. It's fucking cold.
Well, she was the one that made the argument. And that is not going to destroy our legacy, destroy what we have built up. So if you're promiscuous, that means you have a certain type of mindset that's not good for a relationship. And whatever you do, that could be something that can actually ruin our reputation and the things that we have built up.
No woman care about a nigga body.
Women don't give a shit about bodies,
We
but
don't.
men do.
We
So
don't.
Yeah, unfortunately.
yeah, you're a really bad debater. if you guys at Penn State are like this, bro, this is gonna be easy work on April 7th. Man.
I'm fucking 18. Why are you picking on me?
Oh, now it's
now we're picking on you. When you called men misogynist, now we're picking on you. Holy fucking shit. I wonder why men don't take you seriously in the work world. Holy fucking shit, bro. Dude, it's not like we're over here freaking like bullying you, shoving you in the fucking locker or some shit. Like, what the fuck? Like, we're just talking. Like, you're fucking 18 years old. You up here on Fresh and Fit. You're on here on After Hours, so it's past midnight in Miami, in a party city. And then you're going to sit here and bitch and complain that we're picking on you through conversation. Holy fucking shit. I wonder why guys don't take you seriously in the business world. Like, that type of mindset just shows up in other areas of their life, in other types of conversation that they have, that dumbness, that, I don't know, just the tardiness that these girls have, the lack of common sense. Like, it's on full display. People that have two brain cells rubbed together can see that you girls are just fucking just dumb, full of shit, just want to play the victim and pull the women card. Like, we get it. Yes, you girls are not like men. You can't be, you have less room for error. Anyways, okay, well, if you guys enjoy, go ahead and drop a like. Thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate it, and peace.